Oh, hi. We're all gone for a second. Chat is disabled for this live stream? Why?
Hey, yo.
No, I see a chatter.
What did you guys
I see a chatter. I see a chatter.
I've been seeing one whole chatter.
I don't see a chatter on
Can
my...
you see me?
Yeah.
I see somebody saying hello.
I just don't see it in Streamlabs. Bruh.
And I see Jess too.
I'm here.
I just don't see it in Streamlabs. But if the chat's working, then that's fine. I just won't see it in Streamlabs.
It appears to be working.
That's kind of goofy, though. You know
And we're live now. Yeah, we're live. So, hey.
Oh my gosh, I got the yawnies.
They're here and they're chatting, so I'm gonna assume it's working fine.
Yeah.
Brushed. I need to just start using OBS because Streamlabs is freaking out.
Yeah.
Streamlabs, bring it out.
As long as we're still live, because I'm gonna just open up my YouTube instead of Streamlabs, I guess, and just look at it on there because I can't see the chat.
That's goofy.
Yeah, that's goofy. That's real goofy, you know?
Why do they do that?
Why they do that? Okay. This is better anyways. It's fine.
Things to us.
Next.
Okay.
Okay.
What was your cow question?
When he read that book and put it in that fucking tree.
Yeah.
That was definitely after in war, after Arlow has taken portable and went to Keyhorn.
Yes.
So this is Arlow's first time, past and present, finding out about Kai. Cool. I just wanted to know that for sure.
Yeah.
I was curious if it, that's why I was like, I want him to have all this rage, but then I was like, I wonder if he did have this moment before and he didn't, so that makes even more sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Makes sense that you're angry.
Okay.
Cool.
We say
Okay. Cool. Our chat's still working good.
Okay.
So.
We said owie.
You guys okay? We okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
Is there anything, like, I guess, Arlow, what your situation is, and if there's anything specific you guys want to do before I do my little nighttime things?
Yeah, wait, we're not, like, sleep yet.
I mean, we left really early in the morning.
Yeah.
We kind of had all day.
That's fair.
Wait, what?
Like, I could only imagine it's, like, maybe if we really pushed it, it's maybe, like, noon right now.
Yeah.
If we, like, really talking for a long time.
It'd be a thing of, like, I could do a little bit of, like, a little
we could do a time
skip,
skip, yeah.
Yeah, a time skip of us just taking the day to compress.
Yeah, and taking
Decompress.
all this information.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was literally just going to say, but before that, if there's anything more you guys want to do in this moment, in this tense moment.
I think that Arlow I think he just eventually, like, decides to get up. He, like, decides to be done. He has no idea that you guys are just talking about Dimitri out there.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, him and Dimitri are just...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he says everything with his face and eyes. I don't guess Dimitri just, like, he just gets up. Like, he's ready to get up. And he, like, kind of, like, looks at him and, like, nods and, like he's ready.
Dimitri just nods back.
And you just that thing where you just, like, you act like you didn't just freak the fuck out.
Yep.
Yeah, brush it off.
Natural things with your body, and you're like, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But no, he's just kind of like, I'm not sure he's embarrassed. He's absolutely embarrassed.
I think Dimitri kind of, like, is still holding your wrist, and he looks at you, and he just very softly says, it's okay. It was okay, and completely understandable.
I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more of me that I don't have access to that was really mad about that. And then also the me that has access to it is really mad about it, so.
You have every right to be mad about it.
I have so many questions to ask now.
I think that you should ask them if you want to ask them. You're allowed to take care of yourself too, you know? And if knowing takes care of you, then you should know.
I think knowing takes care of everyone.
Yeah. Maybe.
I feel like there's a certain bliss in not knowing, but it feels like there's far more consequences in it later on down the road. Very short-lived bliss. I'd rather stick around and see what happens after. See if it's any more substantial than just not knowing. I think it will be. Hope so.
Well, you have a resource available. Probably not the easiest person to ask, but an option.
Nice to have somebody to ask.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Arlo like turns around and looks at his fucking cellar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, honestly, neither do I.
And Arlo just goes up.
He follows you. And he doesn't really, like, touch because he's not sure.
Fair.
And so he just follows very close behind you.
Okay.
And as you come back out, I imagine you maybe just see as, like, Arya is stepping away from Cal. And you see the rest of them just kind of all still in their little circle. Morga off by herself, and then Hawks just kind of like immediately looks at you, and he's like perks up a bit, doesn't say anything or like run to you or anything, just like watches very carefully.
Arlo, okay, I'm trying to figure out how he feels.
That's
I think
fair.
Arlo feels really embarrassed. He's very he feels very vulnerable and like standing up and walking back from don't think he wanted anyone to hear that. Everyone he loved heard it. So yeah. So he doesn't look at. He goes to Cal. He kind of doesn't look at anyone.
Yeah, real fair. He's the only one that really like understands in this moment from a guardian perspective, I guess.
Yeah. He walks in front of him.
Yeah.
And then he gets on his knees and he looks at him.
His eyes just very slowly move from Idona to you. And he just waits.
Arlo crashes into him and wraps his arms around him and starts crying. And he says, I don't blame you.
Oh. Okay. When you say that, like, as you crash into him, his arms immediately go around your shoulders. Like, he's immediately, like, holding you in the hug. And as you say those words, you immediately feel him slump into you, and then you feel his own frame, like, racked with sobs.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Fair.
Oh.
Like, he just, like, the dam breaks. Like, he can't hold it back anymore. And, it all comes out because that is probably what he was just dying to hear the entire time.
Yeah. I think Arlo knew that would be the thing he would be the most concerned about. And I think that Arlo doesn't care about that. I think he wants to figure everything out, feel everything he needs to feel. I think that sitting back and blaming Cal feels so, like, that feels so stupid to do.
Trivial, yeah.
Yeah, trivial. Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. I imagine you guys stay like that for quite some time. And I imagine no one bothers them when they see that. Even though Cal very much would not like to be in anyone's eye line with this moment, as vulnerable as he's being, but he can't contain himself.
This is where we're at.
Yep. Do you want to say anything more to him tonight or today, I suppose?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's so obnoxious, but
you
backed
deserve your conversation with him whenever you
up.
want it. As I'm sure the others are fine with that.
I love you guys.
They love you.
He like sits back on his like, he's really close still though, but he like kind of sits, like leans back on his own weight.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, last night in my dream when we were together, though I prefer this, I told you I loved you and you acted so surprised.
By the way, you see him, like, he is quickly wiping out his eyes. He is like, don't look at me. Yeah, he's like, don't look at me. Fucking hell, don't look at me. And he's staring at the ground. And he just kind of nods.
And I asked you, do I not say that often? And you said that we don't really do that.
We didn't.
Well, I love you.
We did. In that room together.
Oh.
We said it a lot. Until you couldn't say it anymore. Until you stopped saying it.
Okay.
So, I love you.
I love you, and I'll say it as many times as I need to. I'm just gonna sit with you, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. And Arlo just like sits down really close next to him, quietly.
He doesn't make eye contact, keeps his eyes like down, but you can feel like more tension kind of just like wean from his shoulders as he sits there. I'm fine. Oh, is that how you spend your day? You just sit in each other's presence, which is understandable.
I think so. Yeah.
You will have plenty of time to ask him questions. You obviously can ask him questions now, but
He has questions for me too, so.
yeah. Yeah. Ooh. I do think that after a little bit of time, as you're sitting there, he clears his throat, and he very kind of awkwardly says it. He just says carefully, does he really have a fish tattoo?
What? What did you just say?
Does he really have a fish tattoo?
I look at Andromeda. Immediately.
Andromeda's back is turned. She's kind of like, whatever, do something. She goes to the stairs. She like immediately sits up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't say anything sooner. I just thought it would be a lot to spring on you. To be fair, I didn't even know I had any. I thought I was just a waiter 3 years ago. Sorry, I'm fucking losing it.
Haley is
was
losing
the
it.
waiter comment.
The waiter comment? I thought it was just a waiter a few years ago.
I was just a waiter.
Oh, it's just a waiter boy.
It was that energy. He shakes his head. Takes a deep breath. I understand why you didn't tell me. Maybe it's part of you holding on to the past. Even a past you don't remember.
I have some hazy details that made me be hesitant about telling you. History is not repeating itself, just so you know. You're not in a time loop.
Feels like it.
Yeah, I know. Like you said earlier, I'm different, yeah? Things change. I've changed.
Yeah, it's just coincidences that just feel a little too real sometimes.
You live long enough, you're going to see a lot of coincidences. But yeah, when they come from things that hurt you, then yeah, of course, you're going to see them and it's going to hurt.
It was you that told me about him. Kai never said anything. In all that time, he never said anything to me.
When I approached you with it, what angle was I at? Was I just trying to be honest with you? Was I...
You were freaking out because you knew that that's why he was doing the things he was doing.
Gotcha.
You held on to the last possible moment to tell me.
Sorry.
Kai told you not to. It's not a surprise.
I'm glad you said something. I wanted to talk to you about it. I want to be honest with you. I don't want you to think that there's some part of you that would keep me from telling you things, something that I trust you, and I'm sorry, I'm just
Really wish you'd stop being sorry. Shall
I
we
feel like I don't say the
ban
right
the
thing
S word?
sometimes. I wouldn't be speaking.
He had a tattoo too.
No way. Oh, okay, yeah. See, yes, I'm seeing what you mean by coincidences, yeah.
Maybe just don't destroy a town for this one. Or several. Or ships. Or people.
Yeah. Arlow thinks of Ballhorn.
Yeah. Ooh.
I should probably tell him.
Wasn't for Dimitri,
That's
though.
fair. It was for Morga.
No, it was for Marga.
It was for Morga. But yes, he was there for that bit.
I did. Well. Huh? What? Oh, no one. Okay.
Can Arya have heard that and go, oh!
There was a.
That's it, though. That's all she says. She just goes, oh! And that's it.
Oh. Gives him an out in case.
In an accidental type of way, Morga was stuck in some ice, and I tried to get her out. And when we did that, it was like avalanche. It was bad. Fox was easier to find.
You can't tell me anything you've done that would make me angry with you.
Oh. Well, same goes for you then.
Right. You and your brother have similar taste.
Okay.
He just, like, rolls his eyes.
Okay. What did Andromeda tell you?
You know, I stopped listening after quite a bit of it.
Thank God.
It was mostly Arya and Andromeda talking, and Arya, I think, trying to...
Oh, Arya was there. God. Okay, yeah.
She was monitoring more than...
Yeah.
You met in a tavern, and...
My parents' tavern.
He was a gang leader with tattoos.
Oh. They told you that part, did they? To be fair, it's not really his fault because okay, I'm not going to get into this with you right now, but you make some points. I understand. I see what you're getting at.
It's fine, Arlo. It is. I may not understand it. Not like that, but it's fine.
Thank you. Your approval does mean something to me.
I don't trust him.
Right.
But you do.
Yeah. Well, trust is earned. You can earn your trust. Maybe.
I have a lot of regrets. I'm only sorry I didn't make myself available enough that Kai felt like he could tell me. I never got to know him. I think that's what's worse. Kai did so many horrible things for a person that was a complete and utter stranger to me, so...
I can't imagine carrying the weight of the entire world on my back for the people I love, just for them to not feel like they could talk to me.
Ooh, you hit him right in the core there.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
God damn.
It's horrible.
He just...
You deserve better than that.
To be fair, I made enough mistakes to balance it out, so... You read the book then, so...
Yeah.
If there's anything you want to know, anything you want clarification on, here I sit. Cannot move.
Yeah.
So...
Let me think if I have any questions.
You're also good if you don't. He's just offering.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything obvious that we really wanted to ask him. Is there anything, gang, that we really wanted to ask this man?
Andromeda?
I mean, she did, but she was giving space
Fair.
for that, so it was more personal question.
Fair.
That's fair. You can absolutely ask him too.
It's so scary to ask things about. Like, what kind are you doing? It's so. It's like he doesn't want to know.
That's fair.
Arlo goes. Oh, actually, no, wait. Tis always the make a joke and she not make a joke. What? Tell me.
That's fair. Sorry. I was just saying I am curious to know what Cal thought about like Rain Sentry and like if that changed anything, because obviously he's still like super mad, super upset, blames Rain, but like after reading that I feel like you almost shouldn't, like you should have a better idea of things. But I also he has a clear like idea of sitting for centuries, and Rain was the one doing that, so
yeah, that's fair.
I think that maybe just
fair.
Honestly, I would love to not talk about it for a day. If I have any questions, it would be, can you teach me how to swim?
He looks at you, nods. I am not much of a swimmer. Have you asked Morga?
Well, I meant more like, can you teach me how to get my tail out?
Oh. Changing, it's like breathing. It's just, you just kind of do it. But I guess it's like, maybe there's a switch in your mind. Just hasn't been turned on yet.
Yeah. I guess you have to believe the switch is actually there for it to work. And a body of water, because I feel like it'd be bad to have a tail on land.
Yeah. Best not.
Sorry,
try that.
say I'm overwhelmed.
It is understandable.
Do you have any questions for me?
I just want you to talk.
Okay. Okay.
Tell me about anything.
Okay.
If all we do is sit here all day and you tell me about the last 3 years of your life, then I am content.
Okay. Then I'll do that. We can start at the beginning. And then I think that he goes through like his fucking 3 years with Cal.
Okay.
Yes,
Hi.
At some point, well, first of all, do you think
Yes,
the like food basket from like yesterday? Question mark, was it yesterday? 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was
It was just yesterday, right?
day before.
Like the day before.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you think it's still like around? Did we leave it like?
Yeah,
with
I
the
think it's
guardians?
near the stream. It's like by the little woven root sculptures, probably.
Okay. Can Wit ask if Dimitri has another water bottle?
Yeah, Dimitri looks. He's like, yeah, I always usually have at least 3 on hand for him.
Oh my god.
That's wise.
He reaches in. He's like, "Are you giving it to Arlow?"
Sure. Yeah.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it?
I'm not lying. I'm going to set it near them.
He hands it to you.
Okay. Takes it.
It's like,
Anybody watching this would get a chuckle because Wit's like taking it and like looking in like the sky and looking all around and like whistling and stuff.
oh no.
And
Arya's
just
watching
very
this.
casual.
Arya's watching.
Silas
this.
watching
So
the video.
fucking bored.
Silas and Arthros are also watching.
So like takes the water bottle, puts it in the basket, takes the basket or like the bag. I don't fucking know.
It was a
whatever
basket.
is.
Yeah, it was a
Okay,
tote bag, I
basket.
think.
Yeah, tote bag. Okay,
Yeah.
takes that. Then like does the like winding path that very slowly like gets within maybe like 10 feet of like Arlo and Cal.
Okay.
Just gonna set it down, still not looking at them, like looking at the sky, whatever, and then like walk back to the rest of the group.
Can they both be eyeing him just like
I think Cal definitely, because I think
Going
Cal's
back and
probably the one
forth.
facing him. So I think Cal just like kind of goes,
who's behind me?
Behind me, isn't he?
he looks
It's
at
lit,
you.
isn't it?
I don't quite remember all their names. There's a lot of them.
Changeling?
Yes.
Ah.
I wasn't even looking at you. You can't say that.
I just looked at you.
Drops
Me
it. Drops the bag. You know what it looks like.
Cal looks. He's giving
Very
you a
clearly has beans
basket.
or barbaric bean on it.
Yeah.
You dropped it in front of us?
Drop it like near you.
Way, like,
Behind
yeah,
you.
Probably like closer to Arlo because
Arlo
Arlo's
does
the
this
one
thing
who
where
can
like
get up
you
and
like
get it.
keep your feet in the same spot, but you take your whole body.
It stretches
Yeah,
out.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, that's what
I
Arlo
do that.
does. Arlo
I do
takes the
that.
water and starts fucking shooting it.
That's so cute.
You're not gonna offer it to
Shooting
me
before he's
anymore?
almost finished
Are you-
with it. He's like, "Do you want any?"
Jesus Christ! She hasn't had anything for centuries.
Cal looks at you. He's like, it's not necessary that I drink.
You want some?
but it would be nice.
For fun,
He's a photosynthesizer too.
something new.
I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. Arlo finishes off the water, and like pulls over the bag, and just kind of like empties everything that's in it. So instead of being like, "You want this?" he just kind of like, "There now."
There's probably still some like little wrapped like cookies and like things like that in there because you guys got a bunch of stuff. And Hawks just chowed down, but he was the only one that chowed down.
That's true.
And Cal, I think, watches you do this, but he does not reach for anything, and instead just kind of like looks back at you and like keeps listening to your little tale to him.
Cool.
And you do not see him at any point take any of the food.
Okay.
You're
Good try.
sweetie.
You're
You're
sweetheart.
The guardian that eats in
Sweet.
this world. Well, Hawks did too, to be fair.
Hawks is
but
like,
Sweet boy.
respect for Hawks,
I
actually.
appreciate the water.
Sweet,
Thanks.
sweet one.
Arlo appreciated that water.
So very clearly
that's
not
sweet.
looking at you.
With that, would any of you like to do anything before?
Do you think there would have been a moment where Cal was by himself, or would they have sat?
I think that the conversation between Arlo and Cal is very like it looks very like light. Like that doesn't look very serious. And you even see like Cal from time to time like smiling a bit as like Arlo says things. Very much just like in that older like just like almost like parental a little bit, but like that older sibling way of just like he's just like nodding at things Arlo's saying. He's like making expressions like eyebrows widening, like frowning, like nodding again. So I think it's a very
Every once in a while, I point over at the gang and I'm like talking about one of them, and they're just like,
so I think it's like very reasonable that you could see that and like interrupt for any reason. But there can also be a moment before you guys head to bed.
Yeah, because I don't think she would interrupt at all.
Right.
Very much like, I'm going to give them their space, I'm going to give them time.
Okay.
But it's only if there was like a
Fair.
appropriate
I think definitely
social cue
when
there.
everyone's getting like situated for bed, I think, because I think that's when Arlo and Cal will probably just coexist and less like be chatting kind of thing.
yeah.
Because Cal probably wants to rest too after the day. So with that, before we do our little skippy, is there anything else you guys want to say or do? No? Okay. I think as soon as it seems like dusk is kind of approaching, like Arthros gets out her little like throw blanket that she brought with her. I think she also brought some little like battery operated fairy lights, and I think she just kind of puts them in the grass around everyone.
That's what she took when like I got my Mr. Coffee. Is like she
Yeah,
took some fairy
she took her
lights.
fairy lights.
After
She
we got
loves
Arya's
those
like
things.
text message,
Yep.
she was like,
She
"Okay, these are
loves
coming with me."
those.
That's
I think
so
she
stuff.
definitely gets like all her books out and just kind of like puts it next to where she's gonna be sleeping, just like as a comfort.
Love her.
And like Silas, I think he's a little rougher. He just kind of like gets like a hoodie out of his bag and like puts his duffel bag down and just kind of lays for a second, like puts his head on the
What
duffel.
The hell?
I grab his other hoodie out of my bag and I bring it out and I hand it
You
to
had
him.
that.
He just looks at you and he's like, "Been wanting this back, thanks."
It's clean. She's gonna go back to her stuff.
What about the sunglasses?
Oh, yeah, her
He had a point of that.
He smells it.
I wanted to see him in those.
Shrugs, and then I think he probably pulls it on. And it's probably a little, like, it probably is a little brisk out because it is like autumn. And so he just pulls a little, and he's a fucking reptile, so he pulls this hoodie on. And he does take his sunglasses back, and he's like, yes. He puts them in his duffel bag. And Mud, I think Mud's kind of like fiddling still with his like whittling, but he looks a little lost in thought. Like he looks a little like in a daze bit. And I think Dimitri Dimitri's just very much had his eyes on you the entire time, Arlo. Like, just every so often glances at you, kind of waits to know what you want to do next, to know, like, if you want to be in his presence tonight, obviously, but he understands because your fucking brother's here. And yeah, do you guys do anything specific as you're kind of winding down? Arya, you get out your little fabrics.
Arya gets out all them fabrics, and she helps make that fucking hammock for Wit. She has no idea how to even start, but she's like, I feel like this is gonna be strong enough, and she's just winding and winding and wrapping.
It's okay.
Tie it to a tree. That's it.
Amazing.
Okay. They're very easy.
She's doing like all of the like aggressive knots she's learned.
Damn.
Just try and like get that
Rather
shit
fancy.
stuck.
Arya helping Wit set up a hammock is not something I thought I needed on my bingo board.
And then she kind of like
Yeah.
tries it out, but she's never been in a fucking hammock, so she just like sits in it and then she falls over on her back.
Absolutely.
Or like flops around. Like, it's like
That's so
absolutely laughing at
cartoonish.
her.
Too. She's like, you want to sleep in one of those things?
Well, it works if you don't lose your balance.
Okay, well, first off, I usually have great balance.
As you're sprawled out in the dirt.
Okay, yes. I mean, I'm not usually off my feet though.
Fair. This time he will hold it if you want to sit down gently and actually try it.
No, I'm good. I think I'm better with my feet on the ground. And she like stomps her feet.
Well, it's not for everyone.
Horrible.
No. Sleep tight.
You should be used to being in trees sometimes.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
I lived in one, so
I did live in one.
ever so technically.
It's true. And then she like takes out all of her other like blankets and her furs and stuff,
Oh.
and she like lays them out, and she puts on her big trench coat, and just is like getting all snuggled up with that and her scarves and
Like a
all
pile
her cozy
covered.
shit.
I
She's
think
Well prepared.
as you're
She's
kind of doing
been
this,
writing music all day and chilling after that conversation with Cal. So
Oh. She's a baby.
she was getting ready for everybody to get all cozy and stuff.
I adore her.
I love her.
She's a silly.
I think also with that Arthros, like, kind of like next to the hammock, it doesn't. She doesn't seem like she's. She doesn't seem like she's settling to sleep. She just seems like she's settling to get comfy. And she like leans her back against one of the trees that the hammock is like connected to, and then she's like reading her book. Very like cozy. And I think Silas kind of makes up his little area next to the hammock as well. Just kind of like sits there, kind of fiddles a bit. And I think he definitely gets out his notebook that he's been writing in, and he starts writing in it again. Little things to keep them busy. Arlo, what's your game plan for the night?
Real quick though.
My other question. Where? Because Kyle can't move, so he's not going anywhere. Where is Hawks and Morgan gonna sleep? Are they gonna go back to the cabin?
I think they're staying with you guys.
Okay,
Morga gets kind of comfortable by the little statues, and
Okay.
I think Hawks goes on the complete opposite side of where Idona is, and like not on the side that Cal's on the opposite side of the little like grave essentially, and gets comfortable there.
Okay, coul. I probably tell Dimitri that I'm gonna stay by him tonight, by Cal.
Okay.
But I definitely say, I told him about us. Well, Andromeda told him about us, and then I clarified about us. So I'm sorry about that.
I'm getting off scot-free with this one, bitch.
What?
I think
Arlo doesn't know. Arlo doesn't know. I didn't-
Oh,
And then he goes, so
no! They went for
No!
in the eternal yawn.
No, not the eternal yawn. Oh, fuck.
Ow!
Not the eternal
Nadia,
yawn.
Get your phone upload. Get your phone up.
Nobody!
Come on, buddy.
Jump in.
Come back to
on
us.
your
Come back
phone
to us.
if you dare.
miss you.
Come back to
We
us.
miss you. We miss you.
Come
You
back.
dare. Double dog.
If you dare.
Come back.
Whip.
I was gonna say though that I think
Oh,
why
no.
Arlo's having this conversation with Dimitri, that is a
Oh.
great time that Andromeda can speak to Cal.
But I want to make my joke.
Make the joke.
No,
Thank
yeah. Don't worry. I was gonna say something as
Oh, sorry.
Dimitri too. You're good. I'm just waiting because our cams are
I'm
weird
good.
and wonky.
I was fixated on the joke.
Wonky and
Put a pin in the joke, please.
I
Cause
love
I
you.
want to fucking hear it.
Hey, you're the best.
That's-
Okay.
I fucking love you. As soon
I
as
love
Vay's
you.
back, I'm fucking hearing
guess
the joke.
what song? Aria was waiting.
Notre Dame.
What?
Notre Dame.
Ah.
I've been waiting.
Ugh.
And it was written now. It is now in canon. Notre Dame
Fucking hell.
is the song.
Fuck me. You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
Fuck me, actually.
It is now
Vay,
saying,
stay strong.
I made the raptors working down.
It's cold out here.
Tree was a stone. I
I'm
made
in
my
my
home.
home.
And the air
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Real.
sense.
Sorry for all our technical difficulties tonight. We're just, you know, we trying our best out here.
We try our best, but sometimes computer says no.
No. I'll go on intermission while we wait for V.
That's fine.
I'll do it. Chat, we shall return. We're gonna get the V back. Hey! Oh, I can't see chat on this fucking screen. Hold on, where's my fucking thing? Here we go. Hey! Okay, it's back. Is my thing back? I don't know. You know, we'll fucking find out. Oh, there we go. Okay. We got Vay back with us. We can't see his beautiful, handsome face, but it's okay because he's here. He's fucking here. Yeah, I also be loving you. What Andromeda just said. So. Diving back in. Arlo, do you still remember your joke?
Yes.
Perfect.
It's not that funny.
It's really funny.
Okay.
Fuck you.
It's
okay.
not. So yeah, he just says, I'll start over his phrase where he was
you
like,
were saying you were like, oh, Andromeda told Cal, so. And then
yeah.
I will say Dimitri just says, I think he knew before. I don't think she had to say anything.
Arlo takes his little fist and like gives him a little, he goes, sorry about that, Rooney.
He just looks back at you. We weren't fooling anyone, Arlo.
I just didn't want that to be the first conversation we had.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Also, Kai had a boyfriend who seemed to be the bad boy type and also had a tattoo based off of him. So apparently we have similar tastes.
He shakes his head. Right. That must have been an interesting conversation. I don't envy you.
Yeah, no, he was actually fine about it. He just wants me to feel like I can talk to him.
Should I keep pretending that we're roommates or just be like open about it?
No, you should just act like D.
Okay.
Okay.
I will do that then. Speaking of acting like D, do you want to, are you gonna?
I'll probably, yeah, for the night. I think I will. Just watch over him and not leave him.
You know where to find me.
He like, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
He wants to be small.
Yeah.
You know?
He wraps his arms around you.
Cool.
Yeah.
And he says that he loves him, but like in his chest.
Oh. He says like.
And he probably thinks him
beside your ear. Oh. He says beside your ear. He says that he loves you too. And he probably says that you never have to thank him. Not necessary. Andromeda, I imagine at this moment you.
Hey. In the neighborhood.
Cal is he's very much just sitting there. I think at this point, Hawks and Morga are kind of getting comfortable for the night. And so he's kind of just alone. He's just by himself. And he is very much just kind of staring. Mm-hmm. Staring at Idona, glancing at Arlo at times, looking at Down, looking at Morga, looking at Hawks, just taking everything in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Surveying, yeah.
I feel like she would kind of like hover around in the area. Like she'd pretend to be like busy, like I don't know, moving stuff around or kind of like hovering like within radius of him.
Yeah.
She's like nervous to approach him.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think eventually she would kind of like get the guts to walk a bit closer.
That's fair.
Like look down at him sitting there.
His eyes just like slowly look up at you. And he like arches a brow.
Oh.
Hello.
I didn't get a chance to say hi or introduce myself or any of the proper things you're supposed to do.
I kind of guessed who you were.
Dryad.
You just look like similar to her. Ambrose.
Trevor's gonna sit down.
Yeah.
My name is Andromeda. Andromeda 𝙍𝙖𝙫𝙬𝙤𝙬.
Caladrius. We both have mouthfuls of names.
I think your name is very pretty. Caladrius. I had just a question. Not really a question, just kind of a request for information about...
I am no stranger to that, so...
And if you are too tired, I can come back another day.
It's fine.
Okay. So you knew Ambrose?
Yes. We didn't interact all too much, but I trusted her.
What was she like?
She was bright. Bubbly. Typically, if we weren't in a serious situation, she was always laughing. Very particular about her hair. Had to be perfect at all times. She was a light.
Do you remember the last time you saw her? What it was like?
It was normal. She was the same as she always was. Determined. A bit more so, maybe.
I was told that 𝙍𝙖𝙫 and 𝙬𝙗 gave her a gift.
Yes. She felt she had something to uphold in her grove. I never asked. I wish I asked. I never did. She wanted to be some sort of beacon.
It's a little bizarre for me.
Well, I imagine.
Technically, she is my god.
What is it with you and this group and gods?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I was told. That's how I was raised, you know. Big giant willow tree in the center called Ambrose, you know.
Oh.
My elders spoke to it, and it spoke back to them. And it gave wisdom and guidance and, you know.
So she's a,
Big tree.
Oh, like a physical tree.
Like a giant tree. So big.
You should know that was not 𝙍𝙖𝙫's doing. That she's a tree, I mean.
I don't think he turned her into a tree.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for clearing that up, though. I appreciate it. Caladrius. I know you. Quite well.
Can't say the same.
I know. Don't think I've... maybe a few times at this point, but... I have this thing where I get visions, and... quite often. And I see through people's eyes, and I feel what they feel. It's been a few different people.
I know
Once.
about the visions, Andromeda. Ambrose had them too.
I saw through your eyes.
I'm sorry.
I felt everything you felt. I just needed to tell you that. It feels weird meeting a person for the first time, but you know them already. So I don't. And they know you're God, and they're immortal, and...
Well,
Have a lot of
maybe we
wings.
can restart. We can restart from a point where where you meet me the way that I want it. Not through some weird vision thing. It's not weird. It's just,
It is weird.
It's not. It's not.
I didn't mean to, by the way. I didn't, be like, oh, put me in Caladrius' body. I didn't,
I know.
mean to be.
Ambrose did not ask to see things about Calypso, but that is what happened.
Is that what she saw?
Much else, I'm sure, but I should have asked her. I should have spoken to her more. I didn't. I'm sorry. But if she is a tree...
Yeah.
And she's still here, maybe one day you'll be able to ask her yourself.
Shit, you think so? I think I'd be too nervous.
It's funny, because she is so similar to you.
You said she looked like me. I looked like her.
Yeah, I suppose that is how it would work. She was a fan of braids. More braids in the hair would probably capture her a bit more.
I've always liked having my hair loose.
And that is what makes you different. You do not need to be her.
How did you know that was it? I was thinking that.
Shakes his head, shrugs his shoulder. I know what it feels like to have expectations on your shoulders. To feel as though you need to act a certain way. Be a certain person. I can assure you, being you is good enough.
I'm still trying to figure out who that is.
So am I. Perhaps we do it together. And not... We don't talk about the things you felt through my eyes, maybe.
I can just forget them, you know? Just...
That would be convenient.
Now that we found you, it's not relevant anymore, you know? It's how you are now.
It is relevant if it affects you negatively. Does it affect you negatively?
I just have this thing where, you know, if I see something traumatic, I just kind of put it in a little box and then put it away. You know?
You should teach me.
Quite useful sometimes. It is very nice to meet you, Caladrius.
It is nice to meet you, Andromeda.
Even though you said I am to be my own person, I hope I can live up to your view of vampires.
You don't have to do that.
Well, I'm going to anyways.
Figured as much. Just don't become a tree.
Not planning on it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Not planning on that.
Stand up.
Wait, now can Arlo see you guys talking and then start to walk over at the end of your conversation? Okay, cool. He like walks over. He's like, "Hey," and he looks at Andromeda. How's it going? What you guys talking about?
I didn't get a chance to say, you know, hello, my name is Andromeda. You know my god.
Cool.
Yeah. How's it going? Catching up? Brotherly catching up?
Cool. Just making sure.
Making sure. Just making sure. Cal just looks between the both of you. Arches a brow. And just
Andromeda's
waits.
slowly backing away.
He lets you stew.
Andromeda.
Have a good night.
Good night. Bye, Arlo.
Aww. That was cute. That was cute.
It was cute. They're awkward, but they're soft, and there's tension, but they're soft.
Yeah.
It's just soft.
I feel like
They just made the whole conversation was so great.
made me realize they have quite a bit in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a good conversation.
She didn't know how to bring it up. I've seen through your eyes, and I felt how you felt.
But you had to.
But you had to get
But
it
you
out.
did it. You did it. It felt really organic, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, we're not going to talk about that.
It's like, it's not done. It's not done.
We're not going to talk about those feelings that I was feeling that you have in turn felt. Let's not do that, actually.
It's like someone reading your diary, but it's like
Yeah.
your mind
But it's
diary.
direct, and there's no way you can hide from it either.
Mind diary.
To your brain.
mind diary.
Okay, that's a better word for it.
Before I dive into my little nightly things, this is kind of my night thing for Andromeda, unless you talk to baby girl. Is that what we're calling him?
I talk to baby girl.
We are,
If
aren't we?
you want to try, you certainly can. But I'm gonna do this really quick first. If you guys are comfy with that, because I know I'm staying on. Okay, Andromeda.
Oh god, me again. Okay.
Yeah. When you walk back over to the group, Mud looks up at you from his little whittling, and he very slowly just kind of makes eye contact with you, and he kind of like frowns a moment, and then kind of leans over to you, and kind of moves to like grab your hand. And he like squeezes it for action before he very carefully just says, can we chat for a moment? Like somewhere we can be alone.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay,
Actually.
cool. And he like gets up, and he just like kind of looks around a minute, kind of sees like, just kind of like the trees and the forest that's kind of just like, you know, enclosed away from view, nods his head and says, just like points and starts just walking in that direction. Okay.
Following the sword-possessed man into a dark forest.
Yeah.
Another smart lady.
Arya's just gonna keep her eyes on them as far as she can until they get off into the distance.
That's fair.
Are y'all still in paradise, or did you
Yes,
leave?
it's still in paradise. It's just like in the trees in a hidden area.
Okay.
And he glances kind of over his shoulder at you, and his eyes are kind of shining a little bit with something like warm underneath. But there's also like this little twinge to them that you can't really identify. But they look a little like flighty. And he just keeps walking forwards, to the point where he's like walking ahead of you and his like back is towards you. And kind of walks until the rest of the group is out of view. And he steps forward for a moment. And keeps walking until he kind of just comes to a stop. And his back is still to you. And he stands there for a moment, kind of just like unmoving, like shocked still. And you cannot see his face, as he just kind of stands there frozen in place. And it is kind of eerily silent for a moment. But you feel, for sure, kind of a wave of nervousness or something unsteady. Something maybe a little desperate, kind of radiating off of him. Before you hear the low rumble of a laugh. And a deep chuckle.
Oh no.
That reverberates through the air.
Oh gosh.
And causes Mud's shoulders to shake. And when he turns to look at you, he looks so very the same, and yet there is something off, and it is just this twinge in his eyes, something darker present there, something more intense. And he doesn't look quite the same as he looked when you walked into your room and saw him there, and you had that dark conversation with him. But his eyes are shining with something unspoken, and you watch as his teeth and lips kind of bear into a smile, stretching in a way that kind of looks like more of a snarl than anything too warm as he watches you. And his golden eyes fixate on your being and take all of you in a single look before his body falls a bit more rigid, a bit more intense. still with a bit of that languid, fluidity to the way he moves, as he takes like a single step towards you. And through these this kind of smile, this grin, he just very softly says, thought we should chat properly. No chains between us. It's not very healthy for such a budding relationship, is it? He smiles at you.
He's kind of like adjusts her sweater a bit.
Okay.
Kind of wipes off her skirt a little.
Mm.
Holds her hands in front of her, and she's like, okay, out with it then.
You're not going to call your friends, are you?
No.
You're going to trust me.
What say you, mud?
He smiles. What do you think I want to say? And he steps closer to you.
You must have words.
I do. He looks you up and down. Are you afraid of me?
No.
Why not?
I have no reason to be.
Because you know I wouldn't hurt you. And he crowds even closer. Until he's kind of like you can feel his breath, I think. You can smell him. And I will say there is no sword in sight. He's just simply standing there. And he looks at you again, tilts his head a fraction. I wouldn't hurt you, Andromeda. You trust me, don't you?
I do.
I'm not so bad. Not really. Even if there is this hunger in me, even if I do want to do what I've been doing in my dreams, I would never do it. And he moves a hand and places a finger on your chin. Like, moves your head up. You're like, oh no, my weakness.
Oh no! She just lets him. Who's with him?
Do you have anything to say?
You wanted to have killed me. I would have seen the sword already. I get to see it. So you are all bark, no bite.
What if I'm trying to take my time with it? Enjoy
That's
it
just
a little
lazy.
bit more. Lazy? You like when I pay attention to the details.
I do.
He uses his other hand, brushes some of your hair behind your ear. He just keeps looking at you. Tilts his head a moment.
So what, you brought me out here to pasture?
No. I think I just wanted to see how you would react.
Are you impressed?
Not yet. I have one more question for you.
Fire away.
Would you still kiss me while I'm like this?
Why not? You are still mud.
He smiles and his lip quirks a moment. And he leans closer to you. Oh, don't be all bark, no bite.
Just gonna reach for him, grab him by the collar and bring him in.
Okay. He kisses you, and when you pull back, all the intensity in his face eases, and his shoulders have relaxed, and you see that confidence and suavity on his features drop. Within like a mere instant, he is just completely mud. But you're met with this melancholic look, and his lips are curved downward, and his brow is furrowed in despair. And he looks at you, and he says, "That didn't go as I hoped."
What did you want out of that?
It was a test, Andromeda.
Did I pass or did I fail?
Oh, you failed. Yeah, pretty miserably.
Sorry.
He takes a step back. He, like, crosses his arms over his chest. He looks at you, shakes his head. How can I trust that you will do what is necessary when the time comes? How can I trust that you're going to put yourself first?
So you wanted me to cry and scream and run away?
No, I wanted you to do something. Knock me out. Throw me against a tree. Scream for your friends. 2 seconds is all it would have took. And you did nothing.
I was prepared. If you had tried anything, I was gonna, give him a good old...
You like it, don't you? You live for danger. Every time I talk about it, it's like it's this light-hearted thing. As though it lacks substance, as though it is not all too dire.
I am coping.
Coping.
If I live every day of my life in misery, I will get nothing done. I will wither away.
That was coping. Kissing me.
Hoped it would bring you back. And it did.
You were lying to me earlier.
When?
You talked about your night. I don't know what it was, but you weren't being honest with me. I could tell, I could see it.
I was awake. I was restless. I was thinking about you. Thinking about what could be done. Do you not think I relish in you being chained to our radiator every night? Do you not think I relish looking at my friends and seeing how they look at you and how they feel about you?
I don't think you relish it. I don't. I hate it. But you can't believe me. You can't just trust in everything that I say. I am a con artist. It's what I've always been. It's what tonight was. It was a con. To see how you would react, to see if you would push me away, and you didn't push me away. You confirmed everything I've been worried about.
I would have handled it if you had attacked me.
Would you? The way that Darian handled it.
You said I was capable.
I believe it. I just do not know what I am capable. You cannot simply just believe in something enough and assume that it's going to work.
Yes, I can.
Sorry, the way you said that so fast was real. That was real. He just shakes his head. You think far too greatly of me. You do. Two seconds. I remember every detail of Darien, Andromeda. I remember every detail. God, I remember it. He didn't even have time to react. It was instant. And the moment that our lips touched, the sword could have been in my hands and in your heart. 2 seconds. Does that not scare you at all?
You don't scare me.
Maybe not me, but him.
Not him either.
If I told you that the chains were hurting my wrists and I wanted them gone, would you take them off? Would you let me sleep next to you every night?
And take them off.
Then why?
I don't know. I trust you and I don't trust you. I'm not scared of you and sometimes I am a little bit.
Is it not enough that I am scared of me? Can you just take my word for it? Can you just trust that I don't trust me?
You trust me?
I trust you. I trust you, but I don't trust you with this.
Okay.
You like dancing with death too much, Andromeda. It's what you're doing.
I'm coping.
And will you still be coping if there's a dagger in your chest? What then? And then what? I walk out into the meadow and your friends ask me where you are. Imagine if that were real just now. And I left you here to rot. Your friends wouldn't hesitate to put me down. And I would want them to. But that would be on you, because you never stopped me. You have to stop me.
would if it got there.
It could have gotten there. It's not a kiss and then suddenly everything's better.
Why can't it be?
Because shit's broken. Today in the tavern, I watched that woman take a chunk out of someone's neck.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, but it made me smile.
We all have our vices.
It's not a vice. The problem is, I probably would have smiled even before the sword.
No, you are lying now.
I'm not.
So it isn't a con. It's just who you are.
I laid it on thick. That was the con. I know everything there is to know about you. I'd like to think.
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you know about me?
You had a father who was a con man, who made you do horrible things. And you have a brother named Sand. You loved.
Anything else?
You like wood carving?
Bit obvious.
What's your favorite thing to do? You are kind. You support your friends when they are upset and in need of it. You give the best hugs in the world. And I feel safe within them. And when you smile, the right side of your lips don't quite go up all the way like your left side does. And when you turn your head just so, in the sunlight, your teeth shine in a way that makes them look like pearls. And when you smile, your eyes crinkle in a way that makes you look like the friendliest person in the world. And that can't be a con. So,
I don't know what to do with you.
nobody does. But I stick around. If you want to spill every single dark secret you have, feel free. And I will listen. And I will not judge. And I will still hold your hand.
That's what scares me.
Get used to it, buddy.
It can't be a partnership if you're... When I say I need you to stop me, I need you to stop me.
I will.
Will you?
I won't let Arya or Arlo or Wit do it. I will do it. If you threaten me, I will stab you through the heart myself.
Even
Has
if it
to be.
happens the way that it just did. Even if I am begging you and telling you that you can trust me, that I love you, that it's all gonna be okay. Just let me go. Even if I'm saying all that, you'll still do it.
I'll do it.
Do you promise?
I promise.
And you will not go anywhere alone with me anymore.
Okay, but you are shooting yourself in the foot with that one.
I'm very aware.
I know.
I've been an idiot. Thinking that I can sleep beside you, chained to the radiator. As though I couldn't just simply do something in your sleep. What if I had woken up and that dream just wasn't a dream?
Yeah.
I can't keep doing it. And I can't keep living in this fear that you're just gonna let me do it.
So what do you propose?
We're never alone together. And if you are unconscious or sleeping for any reason, I am not close enough to touch you.
I can work with that.
It's a partnership.
I love you.
I love you, and I can meet you halfway if you have any requests.
I would like to learn at least one fact about you per day. About your past. Or anything that comes to mind. Because I have spilled a ton about me, but I suppose I know hardly anything about you.
My recommendation, rather than the pressure of me doing so, just ask.
You've just opened a can of worms, because I'm going to now.
The can was already open. Green beans are corn, remember? Cans are kind of a statement in our relationship.
Yeah. She's gonna hold out a hand to him.
He takes it very warily. What?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
What?
She had an idea.
What is your idea?
You just have to tell us what it is.
She was gonna judo flip him over her shoulder.
Oh, you can
To be
certainly
like,
try.
that's what I would have done, bitch. She's not gonna do that. She's not gonna do that. She has an intrusive thought to do that, and then she just shakes her head.
Squeezes his hand and says,
Real. Sorry, he's
Shall we
catching
get
up with
back?
session chat.
I bet it's
she's gonna squeeze his hand and look at him and be like, we should probably get back before they do think you did do the deed. Yeah. But
You've promised now.
I have promised.
Don't roll your eyes. Don't break it. Please. If you love me, you won't.
I won't break it.
And we're honest with each other. No more cons.
No more corns.
Good. Called
So
that
were
off
you
my chest.
were you actually possessed, or was that you were just acting?
No, I was acting.
Oh, that was really good.
It's not hard.
She's gonna pat him on the shoulder. You're pretty good at that.
He just walks.
She just walks too.
Yeah, he is like, I'm not even gonna touch on this one. And he just keeps
We're
going.
not gonna touch that with
I
a
don't
10
think
foot
I've
pole.
ever shook more in a scene. I was fucking vibrating. Like, I could not stop shaking. I think it was the knowledge of knowing that he was lying, and I had to try and pull it off. That was terrifying.
That was it did not hit me that he was lying until like
Yeah.
Literally.
a good solid minute into him not lying anymore.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's a con artist.
Wow,
He does
wow.
this.
On me good.
Ooh.
He was like, here's the bait, and Andromeda was like, I'll take that bait and I'll eat it.
God.
Montgomery
rough.
Gator on that gate.
I was rough.
What's it like having the most trash fire of a girlfriend ever in the world?
Not the continued, no more lies, no more cons.
Oops. Hey, she is under contract. She cannot speak about it.
She's
The
under
lowercase
contract.
oops.
Not talking about it isn't under contract. He just said maybe don't tell your friends because there's like people like Calypso in their brain.
Oh, okay. Well,
I thought that was more strict.
that was a,
He said don't trust. He basically said make sure you can trust the person you're gonna tell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, girl, what are you doing?
yeah, she'll tell him later.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she'll get.
But to be fair, I don't know if telling him is the right option.
It's you know both
Man.
options are bad. You lose both ways, but it's about
Yeah.
how do you which one's easier to fix afterwards? That's the question you should be asking.
Ooh, won't be able to fix much if your tongue's missing. You know.
Oh,
Well-
you know what? You brought up a good point.
Yeah. Also, you bring up a good point there. Also, I don't think he would let her go through with it. Oh no, he has to, because like if she doesn't, she dies
Yeah.
Or loses her tongue.
or loses her time. You know,
Can't
You
forget
just
about
be-
that one.
whichever. You know,
Daddy,
I'm sure he's gonna miss that, so you know.
yeah, he would miss
maybe
that.
grab him and tell him now.
Anyways.
By the way, I was going forward to bug pack with this old ancient guy named Tobias.
Oh, he knows who Tobias is.
Yeah, he does. Ooh, he does.
Yeah.
Ooh,
He knows.
never mind.
Yeah, he's heard all the everything.
Yeah. Fine, it's okay.
Anyways, are you guys
Hey,
okay?
I think that went well.
Dude,
I think
I
that
was
went well.
shaking so much. I was shaking
I was-
so much.
It was juicy, I'll tell you that. At the end of the day,
it was really good.
I was
juicy
literally.
as hell.
Ugh,
I thought
got
he'd break up with me.
shivers.
I thought he was gonna break up with me. I thought he was gonna be like, you know,
I actually
can't
did
do this.
too.
Do something.
I honestly did too. I thought
was
he was
worried.
You took his. You promised, so he's banking on that.
Oh, oops. So I promised I would kill him if he chose to kill me.
He promised that you would also follow those rules of like when
Yeah.
we're alone together, like,
Oh
and
yeah,
that
true.
you will stop me
True.
if it becomes a situation like it just did. That you won't let it slide.
yeah.
That even if he's pleading with you to save him, that you will not. Do it.
Yeah.
Someone in chat
Wow,
said season
you-
1 Metri versus season 5 Metri is an insane thing to think about.
That's
Yeah.
Dark
real.
thing.
Yeah.
It's grim out here for those two.
Yeah. How are we feeling, by the way, Weekly?
Delicious.
I'm getting
Okay.
pretty sleepy. I
Feeling
would say.
sleepy? Do you want me to do
Yeah.
yours?
Yeah, if you want to do mine, that would be
Okay.
great. Just because my eyes are getting really like.
I'm sorry.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's.
I
get
just also
this
we
jazz
also
man.
haven't we also just haven't stayed up this late in a really long time.
No, yeah. Me and
And so that's
true,
why
Jazz
that's
have
why
been
my brain.
Schlepping.
Yeah,
Are you sure,
Um,
Jazzo?
yeah. Let's just go.
Yeah, are you sure?
I'm
We,
here. Go.
we can end
Fuck
it there.
We can do our
And do
set
a
session in
0.5.
a couple days.
So
Be really. What does your body need right now? Or do you feel like you can do it?
I'm gonna be sleepy either way.
if you want, because I know I had
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm gonna be sleepy either way. This is the thing. If I go to sleep in 20 minutes, if I go to sleep in 2
Well,
hours,
they did just say that they wish they could have a working PhD.
yeah.
that is
Which
Do you
true.
want? Do you want?
Yeah, fair. You poor soul, Faye.
Okay, I will give you guys like okay.
Yeah.
We can, if you want, stop
Oh.
here.
Wow.
And do the rest literally whenever. Whenever it works for you guys. Or not or. If there's any that you feel like, I guess because I have, like if you wanted to wait, Jazz.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to wait, I can save those. I can do Andromeda and Arlow. I can do one of you, or we can just stop here. It's up to you guys.
That's up to you.
What are we feeling?
I mean,
Andromeda.
I would miss like
Up to you,
not
Arlo.
watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what I meant. That
That's
I would still
fair.
have you guys watching it. That's the thing. So it's up to
Yeah.
you.
That's the main thing. But
It's completely up to you. I just wanted to give you options.
they said that
Oh, I love
that we can work with PC
Oh, yeah,
and
we
we
can do
have
that.
either.
That
Everyone
is
ain't doing
fine.
with this.
We can stop here,
I'm
and
down
then
for
that.
if you want,
I liked your 0.5 episode. It was fun.
yeah,
It
it
was
was
good.
cozy.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
do, and then it will.
I just
want
want to be like fully awake because I feel like all of our
Yeah, no,
characters
you're
are
fair.
really in the.
It'll be
in
all
the
your
sauce.
nighttime
No,
stuff then.
yeah.
Next
And the
episode.
nighttime stuff is actually some of my favorites, so I like that we can take time on
I
it.
can
Yeah.
also save it for next episode if you guys don't want to do like a 0.5.
No, I'm fine with
Oh,
doing
Okay,
it.
that's where you've gone too far. Jade.
Too far.
The line has been
Now,
drawn.
The line has
the
been
line.
drawn.
The
In the
line
sand.
Drawn.
Too
Correct.
far. I mean,
They
okay.
said too far for real.
Far.
I will
Okay.
send work schedule
Let's
for
do it this
me,
next.
but
Yeah.
I'm good for literally Saturday,
You
Monday.
work tomorrow, but you're off Saturday. We
Wednesday?
can-
After
could-
I have concerts until so Sunday I have my
Right.
concerts. After Monday, free. Monday
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Maybe not. Well, actually, it's a
This is
short
fine.
episode, so yeah, I can do that. I can do the day after concert. It just would be if we did another 12-hour session.
Oh, that's fair. That's
Which
yeah, no.
I'm-
You're good. Don't worry.
Is
Um,
concert Saturday or Sunday?
Lion King 1.5. Oh, sorry, that's such a good one.
Give us
You
that
should
Lion
read
King
it.
1.5. Oh shit, fart.
Oh shit, Bart.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Bart.
I
haven't
can
heard that in a
do.
hot
I
second.
can do like any time also. So like if we want to do even like a morning.
Yeah.
I
on a
would do it.
day,
I wake up.
and
I wake
then
up.
go from there, kind of thing. Did we do that last time? No, we did a night one last time.
We did nighttime one.
Um,
Time.
Oi,
Night
Noah.
time.